If you some way, somehow are living under a rock, there is a new video posted by CoffeeZilla which went over an entire scam that Logan Paul developed through crypto called Crypto Zoo. Essentially, Crypto Zoo was going to be a game that was marketed for children, and there was a year of prep time put into making the project. Investors lost a lot of money and time trying to make this game a reality. Unfortunately, this game would never see the light of day, and all of the investors who spent all their time and money into the project would end up getting nothing from it. All of the investors involved with the project would end up losing $750,000 altogether. With an entire year and big lump sums of money, there was nothing to show for it in the end. Really, after getting an idea of what was going on through CoffeeZilla's video, there was a lot of distrust and serious lack of teamwork with the entire team behind the project. Things would end up being so sour that the developer of the game would flee to Switzerland with the game's code due to the very fact that he was losing $50,000 every week while working on the game. While in Switzerland, he would demand $1 million that he would be promised by another person that was working on Logan Paul's project. And after all this time, the developer would not have gotten paid. It's crazy seeing the amount of discourse that has been involved with developing a simple video game, especially one for the NFT market, which honestly, from the outside looking in, seems like the easiest market to appease, given the history of how successful NFTs have been. With that being said, Logan Paul would be the leader of this project. And with everything going south, he is definitely the one to be held responsible. Now, do I view him as some sort of bad guy throughout all of this? Of course, that would really boil down to what Logan Paul's underlying intent was. And this is where the problem really begins, because what was his intent? He wanted to make the game, and in the end, the game was not made. And people, let's say, for an analogy's sake, gave a quarter to a gumball machine. And then they waited for the gumball machine to eventually give them the gumball that they paid for, but the gumball never came out of the machine and it ended up eating their quarter alive. Now, in this situation, I would undoubtedly be thinking that I got scammed, and this is the problem between the investors and Logan. Imagine putting money into that gumball machine and never getting your gumball. This is how these investors are feeling, but at tenfold, because they were not playing with a lump sum of money. It was $750,000 between all of these investors that was lost, and that's life-changing money. Some of these people were even using this project as a way to help better their living conditions, and after working with Logan, some of these people's living positions ended up getting worse. Lives were ultimately changed, and I think that is the biggest thing to take out of this. And even though we don't have all of the answers yet, whether or not Logan Paul is the bad guy doesn't even matter at this point. If Logan really wants to show that this project was more about the people rather than the money, then he should just sacrifice whatever money he can for the people that ultimately gave him the money that he needed. But let's be honest here, that type of charity is just never going to happen in this day and age. So now what has Logan done to justify any of his current practices with the Crypto Zoo project as a whole? Unfortunately, he would just try and make a joke of the entire situation by dressing up as CoffeeZilla, the very person who made this video covering the fraudulent practices of the Crypto Zoo project. So yeah, to whom it may concern, he's not taking the situation seriously at all, which really makes me interested in what he's going to say in his official response. Before all of this, Logan did try and get CoffeeZilla to join his show on Impulsive, so that they can talk about the entire situation, so that Logan could talk about his side of the story on his own platform. However, CoffeeZilla would not go on Impulsive in the slightest. Want to know why? And I'm kind of happy that he did not do this, because he would have actually invited Logan onto his show first. The great thing about CoffeeZilla not going on Impulsive is the very fact that CoffeeZilla would not get any of the footage filtered to allow Logan to alter anything that needs to be said in order to try and fix his image. In a weird way, Logan Paul would have had home field advantage, and that would have not been pretty in the slightest, because this would have allowed Logan to control what everyone sees, and we would really never truly understand what really happened. Even being able to come to that conclusion just shows how shady this entire situation is. After all, I mean, this is what you kind of would have expected from working with people that are involved with crypto in the first place, because that entire practice just seems like trouble, but I rest my case. Right now, Logan Paul's career is potentially riding on his response. Hopefully, he can make it so that these investors either make their money back or find some sort of satisfaction with the CryptoZoo project actually seeing the light of day. But either way, if there's more money, there's more problems.